Hi there, and welcome back to Dork Wars, the podcast, Dork Wars Live. It's been a while since we've done a live. It's been a crazy couple months. I've been busy. The other guys have been busy. It's just been crazy. But here we are. We're back. We're going to keep on trucking. We're talking Harry Potter tonight. We got some news first. But before we get to all that, I have to introduce my guests for this evening. First up, we have Lunar Girl from... I know she helps Sidebar Cantina, but she is also from the Stranger Things Has Happened podcast. What's going on, Lunar Girl?
Hi, friends.
It is good to have you on.
It's good to be back talking some Harry Potter.
Yeah, and I like your comment.
I really do.
Always. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. I love the music. I wish I could say that I did it myself. I did not do the actual music, but we also have another guest tonight, a man who has not been on the show in a while. Love this dude, love this guy, and all of his dissenting opinions. But tonight, I don't think we're going to have that many. I think we're going to agree on a lot tonight. Let's hear it from Joker Voice, Salazar Slytherin's heir.
That's right, here, representing the proper house, that is House Slytherin. My official scarf, shirt. Oh, and just so you all that I am the real deal.
It figures. It figures.
You know, it's just the greatest house there is. That's all there is to it. And you know, you guys are just jealous. It's fine. This is where Harry should. This is where Harry should have been. That's where the Sorting Hat wanted to place him, but no, Harry was being a douchebag. Decided, no, I want to go to Gryffindor. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Did I stutter?
This is the Slytherins are the only ones who have this narrative, right?
You want me to Petrifica Totalis him?
Oh, Petrifica.
You can.
Oh, that's cute, dear. But we are the house that is not afraid to use the other ones.
Yeah. The house of douchebaggery, the Slytherins. Well, before we get two more involved in this Potter talk, this amazing series. We're talking year 6, The Half-Blood Prince tonight. But before we get to that,
best film of the entire franchise.
I agree.
Well, that's okay. All right, we're going to get to it. But first, we got some news.
Now hear this. Now hear this.
Now you hear this, whoever you are.
I'm still processing that last statement. But anyways, in news, we have the cast for The Acolyte. It's been announced. We know who's going to be in this thing.
Uh-huh.
Amanda Stenberg,
Sure.
Lee Jung Jae,
Sure.
Manny Jacinto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some people I don't know. That's great though. Star Wars does good with unknowns. Daphne Keene. I didn't think I knew a lot of her work. Turns out she was X-23 in Logan, which she did
Right.
a phenomenal job
That was
as a
Laura.
child.
That was Laura.
Yes. Yes, did awesome job. Love the film. I think that was a great film. Probably the best standalone Wolverine film, period.
Oh yeah.
Out of the 3 they did.
Well, considering you had Wolverine, X-Men Origins, which was an abomination.
Yeah, horrible.
Thank God we all agree on this one.
Yeah,
but
it was a bad movie.
But you mentioned, okay, you got the cast. Cool, that's great. Supposedly it's filming, but there's no director. This project is not happening.
How can they
you don't think it's happening at all?
Director?
It's not happening. There's a clause in Kathleen Kennedy's contract that if she has something in the works, she keeps her job. And this is
All right.
So by keeping announcing stuff in the trade, that's why this Lindelof film got somewhat leaked after Disney has told her, stop announcing future projects. You have a track record of when you announce something, they don't happen.
Well, they actually did
And
say that, but they did say announce it after it starts filming, and The Acolyte did start filming.
Without a director? Sure it did.
I see your point.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I'm not saying you're wrong, but at the same, is it like the Santa Claus? Maybe.
I'm not.
The holidays
saying
are coming up. We got to check that one out.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I want to see it though. I want to see what they come up with. I'd like to see The Acolyte. I know you don't, Joker Voice. I know you don't.
It's a waste of my time. I just
don't watch it.
I just went.
Don't watch it.
Well, I probably if it even happens, I'll watch it anyway. Because as I say, if I'm going to have an opinion on something in pop culture, I'm going to watch it so I'm at least informed.
That makes sense.
That's a good way to be.
Which I just endured Wakanda whatever earlier today.
I hadn't seen it yet.
Just wait for my review on the Monday.
All right. Check out Joker Voice's review on Monday on his YouTube channel. We'll plug that later. But we missed a lot of news in the last couple months, us going on hiatus.
Just horrible news yesterday. Yesterday was a very emotional day.
Yesterday was a very sad day.
One of the greatest. I mean, the Batman. Batman. I
Kevin
mean,
Conroy.
Folks can talk Michael Keaton. They can talk Christian Bale all they want. Kevin Conroy was Batman. And I watched
that voice, man.
Yeah.
That voice was just
iconic.
That was Batman to me.
And I watched a couple of the videos from some people in my sphere on YouTube as heel versus babyface was talking about Kevin Conroy, and as if you know him, is he's a tough exterior, but he's a big teddy bear. And I've been doing very well, holding it in all day, and then when Az broke and just tears were going, I was it. So a bottle of Jameson and I had some good Irish cries yesterday.
Yeah,
and it's horrible. Kevin Conroy was a classically trained actor, went to Juilliard. I mean, amazing at his craft. And then you bring this guy and they bring him into Batman, the animated series, something totally out of his wheelhouse, and he crushes it. Oh my gosh. And he's done, I think he's the voice of every animated Batman.
No,
I think, period.
No, he's not. Jason O'Mara is the current, and he's been doing that for a while now. But Kevin was the voice of Batman in the Arkham games. He was Batman. He was also Batman from the Justice League Unlimited, the Further Adventures of Batman and Robin. He did quite a lot. And if you ever got to see him at a con, where you got the celebrity areas and they got their queue line set up, and a popular celeb like the last time I went to Salt Lake, Ashley Eckstein's queue was like an hour long.
Mhm.
Kevin Conroy queue line is out the door and around the building.
Right.
And like every 45 minutes, maybe half an hour, Kevin would just stand up and go, "I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman." And the entire floor just erupts.
Lost it.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
That must have been amazing to see.
Yeah.
On
And
my
just,
tweet.
and yesterday, folks like Mark Hamill were tweeting about him, Tara Strong, Rob Paulson, just Phil Lamar, anyone who worked with him or worked around with, he was such a class act. And this is the one thing that I love about the voice actors, which we don't get from a lot of mainstream live actors, is the voice actors truly love and appreciate the fans.
Right.
And they're a really close-knit group. Actually, there's another podcast out there. I don't know if you've ever heard of Christy Carlson Romano or Will Friedle. They did they were Kim Possible and Ron Stoppable on the Kim Possible show when I was a kid. Will Friedle is Batman Beyond. He voices Batman Beyond. And they have their own podcast about voiceover acting. I like to listen to it. I like voices. I like animation.
Oh, I know. It's such a fun thing.
It is. And I listened to their show, and they actually had Kevin Conroy on because of Will Friedle. Had that connection.
Yeah. Because he was also the voice of older Bruce Wayne.
Right. He was. He mentored him on that show, on Batman Beyond. He mentored Will Friedle, and he has so much respect for Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
And listening to everyone that comes through that show, the voice acting community is a tight-knit group. I mean,
very tight-knit group.
Very tight-knit. And so many, there's it's funnily enough, as many characters as there are out there to voice, there's actually very few people who voice all of them. So it's devastating for that community and devastating for us as people who've listened to Kevin Conroy. I mean, I've listened to him my entire life as Batman. I mean, I grew up on the animated series. So
arguably one of the greatest animated series of all time.
Agreed. I will agree with that 100%. 100%. Hate to see Kevin Conroy go.
Yeah.
Lost a good one.
And then
we lost a couple of good ones from the Harry Potter world too.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But some good news. DC may be starting to turn the tide and get themselves in order. DC is now an actual studio now.
No.
It is DC Studios with now not one but two CEOs, Peter Safran and James Gunn.
Oh.
I heard about James Gunn. That's great. James Gunn, I think, will do great things.
That started November 1st. So after the press tour for Guardians 3, James Gunn is full time working, and could we possibly see maybe, unless he's under contract for something else, a Jon Favreau Batman film, maybe a Russo brothers, maybe a Russo, maybe a Russo brothers Justice League film. I'm just saying,
dude. I'm all in on that. That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing.
That's hot. That's really hot.
It is. It really is. That's some hot news right there.
Yeah.
You screwed
That's
up, Marvel.
Awesome. James Gunn is great. I think he's awesome, and there's a reason that they brought him back for Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean,
well, because the cast said if he's gone, we're gone.
We're gone. Yeah. He's so prolific. In other news, before we get to our main topic, it's kind of about our main topic. The Hogwarts Legacy game is coming out. I don't know if we have an exact release date, but it should be early next year, hopefully.
Yay.
And we gotta look at some of the gameplay, some of the graphics, and we got to look at the common rooms. Oh, this game looks nice. It's something like we've never had in the Harry Potter world. Like we've had like the games that came out with the movies, and they're always kind of cheesy. But this seems to be like a
except the
open
Lego
world
games.
RPG. Oh yeah, the Lego game.
Cool.
That's on a different scale, man. Different scale.
Yeah, Lego's all their own.
Yeah, they do their own thing. I love Lego games. Oh gosh, but
Shocking.
we're
How can you not?
do I show my age? I mean,
I'm not a gamer, so I have no clue.
Yeah. He just interjected that in there, and he was right. But we're getting a good RPG. You can roam around Hogwarts. Who knows where else? Probably Hogsmeade too. That'd be cool. Casting spells on people, doing all sorts of stuff. I think it's going to be a great game. But thought I would share. I thought it was pretty funny that we're getting news about this game as we are discussing the Harry Potter series. So pretty awesome. And before we come off of news, I know that Luna Girl mentioned it a little bit earlier, but yes, we lost Robert Coltrane, Hagrid. Yeah, wands up for him.
Wands up.
Another sad. We had to break up the sadness.
Yeah,
break up.
And
this one's for
Leslie
and Gallagher.
The Sorting Hat.
Lost Gallagher as well.
Yeah, and the Sorting Hat, the voice of the Sorting Hat.
Yeah,
Leslie.
That was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And with Gallagher's passing, the watermelons are around the world are in absolute euphoria.
Very bleak. Yeah. No more smashing of the watermelons.
He was one of a kind.
His mallet skills. I sent Harley to learn from him.
I feel bad. Like I feel like we can get into like a Professor Slughorn and Hagrid kind of mood.
Oh yeah,
like they do in this movie where they all get sad and drunk and bemoan the.
I don't sing.
Yeah, they sing mourning the Aragog and all those who have been lost.
Aragog.
Yeah.
Don't forget the pincers.
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie part.
Me too.
Because that was not in the book like that. It was not, but it was brilliant. It was just brilliant.
Yeah.
But before we get to that.
Okay. Before we get to that. Okay.
Before we get to that, Dork Wars, the podcast, has a merchandise store.
Merchandising. Merchandising? What's that? Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Open up the store.
And you can find us on dorkwarspodcast.com. We have Dork Wars, the t-shirt, Dork Wars, the hoodie, Dork Wars, the coffee mug. We even have Dork Wars, the flying broomstick.
Now,
I
want one.
I'm sorry. I got a goofy thing every time I announce the store. It's in my comment. I wrote it myself. And but I wish we had all that. We don't. But we do have a nice selection of wear here. We got hoodies, like I said, t-shirts. We've got so much going on with that. We have coffee mugs. We have a Nintendo Switch case now. I can't say Nintendo. I got in trouble for putting Nintendo on the ad, even though they offer a Nintendo Switch case. I will not get to that right now. But we got all sorts of merch. You can find that on dorkwarspodcast.com, as well as where you can find our show, this YouTube channel. You can find all this other stuff.
If I may,
so just wear Dork Wars wherever you go.
If I may, Blake.
Yeah, go for it.
I also have a merch store at Mixed Tees. I just dropped the link in the private chat.
We'll throw it in the big chat.
Through the month of December, because the merch store had a little snafu. A percentage of the proceeds raised for shirts and hoodies and the whatnot, a percentage is going to the Stuttering Foundation. So grab yourself some Joker Voice merch and give to a good cause.
That's right.
Almost
Hashtag
Christmas time.
Talking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, all great stuff. Check out all these merchandise because you need it. You need the merchandise because that's where
it's getting cold too. So hoodies.
And it's getting cold. Get some clothes.
It's almost
I got hoodies. We
Christmas.
got
Go
hoodies. You got
go
hoodies.
shopping. Go shopping for your favorite nerds
That's right.
and dorks.
It's not. I'm telling you, it's not even that expensive. It's not crazy. It's not crazy.
Mm-mm.
But Dork Wars is also part of the Red 5 Network.
This podcast is part of the Red 5 Network. For more Red 5 Network podcasts, visit red5network.com.
And I love throwing that plug in here because the Red 5 Network, they're some of my favorite people. And the last few weeks, couple months, it's been really hard to stay connected. I've been crazy busy. All of us dorks have been just on the fritz. So I've been popping into the chats and talking to everybody here and there, but it's never been super consistent. And I'm telling you, I miss out. I miss out on all of it.
Coffee time.
Yeah.
Coffee time.
It's good when I get a minute and it's good when I get a minute and catch up with my brothers and sisters of the Red 5 Network because they have amazing shows. Anything you want in the nerdy, dorky culture. Stranger Things Has Happened is represented here tonight. A whole podcast about Stranger Things. They're watching for the first time. Oh my gosh. You have to check the show out. You got to check it out.
It's definitely
we've got
fun.
It's a lot of fun. You have shows like the Scarab Scuttlebutt podcast with the breakdowns. They just break down all the stuff. They have guests that come in and really get into the meat of some of these shows. You got shows like the Escape Pod. Oh my gosh, they have a topic and sometimes they don't even get to it. It's just craziness.
Exactly.
And it's always fun. I've never ever watched an episode of the Escape Pod and said, man, that was kind of a waste of time. Even if they didn't get to their topic, I'm still like, that was awesome. Like I want more. Keep going. It's just a fun time. And there is just so much from A to Z. Anything you want to watch is in the Red 5 Network or listen to. There's a lot of audio podcasts. We also have an audio podcast. But just check out the Red 5 Network. I believe that is red5.biolink. Check that out.
Biolink.red5.
I was wrong. Biolink.red5. I mixed it up.
I'll put it in the chat for you.
Yeah. Oh, look, DB. I didn't just say that because you're here. And by the way, DB, if you're playing Modern Warfare 2, me and you got to like hook up on there because it's cross-platform and I've got Modern Warfare 2. So I'm probably going to play after this, honestly.
Dude, it's DB, it's Dave from Sidebar Cantina, it's Brady from the Escape Pod. Like they're all jamming out today.
There's a Red 5 like fight club I'm not a part of.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh, I'm getting in on this.
I sat out. Sat out. We only have one copy of the game, and DB really needed a boys' day, so it was wonderful. Stayed in bed almost all day and watched Harry Potter. And I was having my own chick time.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I love my wife, but I'm glad she doesn't play video games, so I can play Call of Duty whenever I want.
Yeah.
I'm down, Dragon Buddy. I'm coming. I'm coming after. We're gonna cut Harry Potter. I'm just kidding. We're not cutting Harry Potter short. I would never do that.
He's off tomorrow, so go ahead and join him. He's probably gonna pull an all-nighter.
Ooh, I'm down. I haven't been this excited since 5 minutes ago. All right. But while we're talking, Stranger Things has happened. Joker Voice, your YouTube channel. We'll drop that link later. We'll do all that at the end of the show, to all the shilling and all the getting to know everybody. But like and subscribe.
You mean lack of shilling on my channel.
I feel that way sometimes too. But like this video, like Dork Wars the podcast, subscribe, like Stranger Things Has Happened, like Joker Voice, smash it all. Just more. Just,
all the thumbs up, all the subscribe.
Had to use the sequel trilogy.
Joker Voice. That is the best thing that has come out of the sequel trilogy.
There's nothing.
That is the best clip that's ever come out of there.
If you can't use it for memes, then I don't know. You have to laugh sometimes, JB.
Or you can just hate. Let the hate flow through you.
Stay down there, Slytherin.
Whatever.
I guess, yeah, we're Yeah. We're the Gryffindors. We're always just.
Yeah, the Gryffindors.
We love it. We love
it. Brave to the point of stupid.
Hey,
I'm not.
Always come out on top.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but, okay, yeah. Episode, movie 1. Some creative math at the end. Yeah, from Dumbledore, who was a Gryffindor himself. Yeah, I don't want to hear this. That was a complete robbery.
Oh, dude, the Slytherins can't even do math. But if you have it,
we beat you by 4,000 points. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
Yeah, but you got Snape, dude. Snape is like the biggest biased teacher. Like none of the other teachers do stuff he does. But we'll get into that because we're talking Harry Potter, and this is not going to be the right intro because I didn't have time to make another one. And it says years 4 and 5, and I don't care. But here's some Harry Potter stuff.
Punch it!
Yeah, I'm gonna get dinged on that one. I didn't have time to make a new intro, so I just used last time.
At least we are blissfully absent of a Hufflepuffs, so we're good with that.
Well, I didn't think Cedric getting shot to death in the intro of our main topic would be very nice. That was
I'm fine with it.
Kill the spell. Yeah. But anyways, tonight we're talking Harry Potter. If you haven't found out already, because we've already just dropped a bunch, and it's been a great time already. And Joker Voice is, like I said, he's that dissenting guy. But guess what? We are all here talking about Harry Potter, movie 6, year 6, book 6, The Half-Blood Prince. And while this is one of my favorite books, you guys mentioned that you guys think it's the best movie. I know that.
Yes,
Joker
I think it's the best movie.
Yes,
and Luna Girl agrees.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mostly because
I don't think it is, but I think it's a good movie.
You're allowed to be wrong, Blake. That's fine.
Yeah, I know. And you're allowed to be right sometimes. You know,
all the time. It's just accept it. It's all the time. It's fine.
But Lunar Girl, let's start with you. What are your overall thoughts on year 6? Like I said before, we're talking book and movie. You know, we're kind of doing both of them. So whatever jumps out at you out of either. So year 6, Lunar Girl, general thoughts.
Dark, absolutely dark. It's a transition where they were clumsy teens and they started growing up and they started realizing that the world wasn't fair, and bam, they're in that world now. Now they're growing up. They're trying to navigate through girl problems, boy problems, school. Got to pass those owls. They're going to be graduating next year. Yes. And now we've got Horcruxes. We've got, Voldemort's back in full effect. Even the muggles are scared of him. You know, it's a scary time. Hard time to begin with.
It is. And Order of the Phoenix gets dark. But this movie takes it up a notch. I mean, like you said, we're going around from clumsy teen problems to, oh my gosh, we got to fight a war now. He's out in the open. Everyone knows that Voldemort's back, and it's full on war. I mean, even from the opening titles, the opening chapter in the book, it's really, really dark. We start with an unforgivable curse that can kill you if you don't follow it. I mean, that's
yeah,
Joker
the unbreakable vow.
Yeah. And, JK and her ideas. I love them. Joker Voice, what are your general thoughts on year 6 of Harry Potter?
Okay, much like you said, this is the darkest film of the entire series. But this has the same effect as, say, Infinity War, The Empire Strikes Back, where by the end of this, our heroes are in their worst possible places.
Yeah.
The bad guys have won, and they have won decisively. And so this is the clear end of that second act, where in the hero's journey, this is where everything now builds back up. So you get that great climactic good versus evil finish. This is where some of the best storytelling is at the close of Act 2, where this film leaves you off, and you've got this mystery throughout the entire story of who is the Half-Blood Prince. And when it's revealed at the end, it's like, oh, damn.
You didn't see it coming.
No.
You didn't see it coming. I agree with you, Joker Voice, wholeheartedly. I don't know how many times I'll ever say this, and I've said it before. I think I've said it before.
About the prequels.
About the prequel. Oh, do we agree on the prequels? That's great.
A little bit.
Good. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I remember now.
Yes, folks. Yes, folks. I like things. Okay, just
you
know.
He does. He does like things. But I agree with you, man. This is some of the best storytelling. Going back, and not so much in the movie, in the book, when we go back into Tom Riddle's past and his history, it is so rich and telling, and that is some of the best storytelling. His history with his family, the Gaunts, and his dad, and how he finds these Horcruxes. Oh, I love it.
Yes.
Level in JK's ability to kind of keep us. This book really keeps you engaged from start, because you have 5 books of questions already. Like, what's the prophecy really about? That's from book 5. How does Harry keep surviving all this stuff? And we got this stuff that builds up. We have that. And now we're delving into the bad guy's past fully. We're taking a character study of Lord Voldemort, quite literally. And that is so telling of a villain. And I don't think I've ever seen a series that has broken down a villain that entirely.
And let me just add this. And this is a tribute to JK. With the way she tells a story. And this is some issues that I've had with certain movies of late when dealing with magic. She has a very specific set of rules, and she doesn't go outside of those rules. The magic has limits, because what Harry's doing in this film, there was no way he was able to do it in, the Sorcerer's Stone. Right. He had to learn all the stuff along the way. So magic is never a get out of jail free card. And it always makes sense, and it always has rules, and it has limits, because even in the previous film, there is magic that Voldemort knows that Dumbledore doesn't know, and Dumbledore has to really rely on his wits to get through that the battle, because he can't just all of a sudden level up and he beats it.
Right.
And this is just some things that I've had issues with any story of late in the last 2 years that have dealt with magic, where magic becomes a plot device. Your powers are whatever the story needs you to do at that time.
That is that's a fantastic analysis, because yes, from book 1 we have limits to power. Throughout the whole book, magic can never bring someone back to life. Period. It doesn't. Even we're going to talk about episode 7 next time in 2 weeks on Dork Wars Live. But even the Resurrection Stone brings back people in a ghostly form. They're not their true self. They're not alive. That's not what it does. You can't do that. Voldemort. Voldemort has stretched the Horcruxes almost as far as you can get. I mean, this man is barely human.
Yeah.
Because of the limits of magic. And J.K. Rowling sets this up from the beginning. I mean, each year, this is something I agree with you with Joker Voice wholeheartedly, because every year you get a little bit more, and it culminates in this whole, there's rules to this thing. It's not just, oh, I'm a super powerful wizard, I can do this, this, and this. No, you have to abide by a certain set of laws and rules, and it's precepts upon precepts. I mean, there are principles of this thing. It's not just, like you said, a get out of jail free card. And that's what I love about this series. Really. I mean, it has a good foundation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, Luna Girl, what do you think about this magic thing? I mean, do you like how JK did it? It's
to find out that there are 7 Horcruxes, that he purposely killed 7 times to split his soul into shreds and hiding them here and there. And like the moment that they found out 7 Horcruxes, and even Dumbledore's like falling backwards in shock.
What the heck, dude?
7 Horcruxes. And we'll find out in book 7 that it's actually 8 Horcruxes, because Harry accidentally became a Horcrux, but
that was still 7. That was still 7.
No, it was 8.
He was the 7th.
I thought he was the 8th.
He's the 7th.
Now I have to recount them.
We'll recount. Let's not recount now. We'll recount because I'm gonna have Joker's voice on next week or 2 weeks from now.
All right.
If you're up to it.
3 in 2 weeks, dude.
Oh, please spotlight me. Never.
Yeah.
I hate it.
So as many people has been in on this whole little series that we've been doing, like we may even have to have a revolving cast come in and out of this thing.
I think you honestly should, because DB is a Ravenclaw and he said he would show up, and we know we got Nicole, who's a puff. I mean, do we really
Nicole's a puff.
Do we really want the puffs on here? I mean, I'm just saying.
Nicole would have been
value
here
their contributions.
Nicole would have been here tonight, except she had exciting tickets to the movies tonight. So
I don't blame her.
She's out with her friends and having a good time.
Is she going to see?
Well, her other friends, because we're her friends.
Yeah, I know. We're here.
Hey,
exciting film. She went to go see Black Adam.
I'm not quite sure what she saw. I'm not one of the special friends who went to the movies with her.
She's with people she loves. Okay. But yeah, we'll recount. Let's all like
in 2 weeks. I'll be here.
In 2 weeks, I'll probably read the book and watch the movie and see.
I'm going to
get prepped.
I've already done that, so it's already.
Well,
I've done
it
that
too.
again.
I'll do it again. I've done it very many times.
Just do it,
man. Just do it, man. But the thing that gets me about this book is the attention to detail. Like you guys say, like we have all of the laws of magic really coming into play here. We're finding out that Voldemort has a backstory. He was, it's not the greatest. He didn't have the greatest upbringing, and you can kind of contribute some of what he's going through to his upbringing, but it's not about that. I mean, he's just a bad guy. I mean, he had every chance to change.
He's misunderstood. He's been misunderstood.
Oh no! Oh god!
You just shut your slanderous mouth there.
Hey, man,
misunderstood. He killed people. He killed a lot of people.
He killed a lot of people.
And Dumbledore hasn't sacrificed a few folks along the way.
So Dumbledore wasn't that nice either. I mean, we find that, but that's next episode.
Okay, we find it out, but it's going on here though. I mean, I can't not say that up till now, even in this book, we hold Dumbledore to this higher standard. We really
Dumbledore's
do.
A dick.
Yeah, he is. I hate to say it, but there's a TikToker out there I listen to that has a lot of Harry Potter content, and I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now. But she's vivid. She hates Dumbledore, and I listen to her video, and I'm like, I get it. He wasn't that great of a guy either. I mean, he was all about sacrificing the lamb. I mean, he was all about that.
There's a gal on YouTube. She does a lot of park hopping with the rogue attraction, Ashton the Slytherin. And if you want some of the best defenses for House Slytherin, go check out Ashton the Slytherin, and she breaks it down how you Gryffindors don't deserve to be in the same class as us.
You can warp it however you want to warp it, man.
Ends justify the means. Ends justify the means. That's all I'm saying.
Well, in the end, who won?
In the end, it was
Slytherin.
Harry. and Hermione,
who should have been a Slytherin, and Hermione should have been a Ravenclaw.
No.
Oh,
but they were brave, so they get to be Gryffindors.
Which meant they were stupid. That's fine.
They're not stupid. They're brave.
You just said Hermione was supposed to be a Ravenclaw. You got yourself in one.
Right. The only main core cast who is a true Gryffindor, there are two, Ginny and Neville.
Oh, I agree that they are true Gryffindors.
Yes, they are 100% Gryffindors.
But Harry could have gone to Slytherin. Yes,
he should have been.
Okay, look, I'm going to address this now. Harry was only considered for Slytherin because he had a piece of Voldemort's soul hanging off of him. Because Harry had no ambition. Harry is not cunning. He does not have ambition.
And he has pride. And he has pride.
He does have pride. I'll give him that. But because you have one out of even for his lack of magical knowledge in year one, he is resourceful, which is a part of cunning. I'll say he's resourceful, but he's brave. He's more brave than he is resourceful.
He's brave.
That comes to him in his bravery.
Say that he's not brave.
He's brave. He's brave. To a fault because of Ron. Dumb next to
but he's wise too. I mean, he's clever. He's got wit. He's got enough wit. I think he has as much wit as he has cunning. But wit beyond measure is.
I'm just saying, you should have been there. Should have been there because the Sorting Hat knew. The Sorting Hat knows you could be great, and Slytherin can make you great.
Yeah, but he was still great and went to Gryffindor. He was still great. He didn't even need Slytherin to be great.
I agree.
He traded down.
Whatever, man. Gryffindor, baby.
Yeah, look at that.
I got
DB, thank you. Thank you, DB.
Hey, Dragon Buddy, we're going to be on the same team. I can't kill you in Modern Warfare, but.
Well, anyway. You can if you play hardcore.
Well, hardcore is not even out yet on New Modern Warfare. What's
okay, DB, just know that wherever you're playing your game tonight, that's the room you're staying in tonight. So just know that.
Yeah.
It's all right, man. I'll be there with you.
By yourself tomorrow morning, DB.
It's all right, man. Skype me. We'll watch the movie together.
Make your own coffee, damn it.
He doesn't even drink coffee. Why are we eating together?
Smart man.
I don't drink coffee either, actually. Not my biggest thing.
Teabagging.
That's nowhere in the rules.
Family show. I thought this was a family show.
It is a family show. It is. It's a family show.
Why? He's talking about tea.
Yeah. Talking about tea. But
Irish tea.
But I am a huge fan of this movie this book. I'm a big fan of the movie too. I really like the movie. In my opinion, this is just me. The first 3 movies are a lot closer to the books.
Right. That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
Yes.
I have not read the books. It's not that I don't read. I don't like to read. And
that's okay.
I'm a film guy. So the films are what
I get it.
Is my knowledge.
And I know people just like that. And but the movies do enough justice that you get the story. You can do it. Now, Joker voice, I'm going to recommend this to you. You don't have to take my advice. You don't have to. Dude, get the audiobook. You can find them like for free online. Promise. Like I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble. Listen to it. I promise you will. As you know, the first couple movies are more geared towards a younger audience, but you kind of grow up with the books. The kids,
right.
Harry Potter came out when I was
that's another grade. And that's another great thing about this series of films is with very few exceptions, it's the same cast throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Yes.
It is. It is.
It is. The only one is who'd they take out? Crab.
Right.
Yeah.
They took Crab out for the last one because Crab was in jail, so they had no choice.
He couldn't be there. They killed Blaze.
He was bad.
Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
they had to replace
exactly.
Dumbledore, of
You're right.
course. Yeah.
Well, the Richard Harris hadn't died yet. He was just like, I can't do it anymore. I'm just
yeah. And it was sad because I think he played a really good Dumbledore, but I don't think he could have played the Dumbledore that is in 5 and 6.
No.
So I hate it, but at the same time, I get it. You know, I like Michael Gambon's take as well. But like I said, I grew up with these books, and so the first couple, when you listen to them, you know, I'll be like, oh man, it's kind of like a kid's book, a little bit. It's still got, you know, it's still well written.
Yeah,
but
it was very innocent.
Yeah, when you get to book 3, it starts going, and then book 4 just takes off. So trust me, if you listen to it, just listen to it, and you will. Oh, even your little. Oh, even as a Slytherin, you will enjoy it more.
I agree with Blake. If you want to skip books 1 and 2 on audio, fine.
Too.
But start with 3. Start with Hermione and her protesting, because
that was in 4. But
I thought it was in 3. But still, start with 3 anyway.
Still start with 3.
It's really good.
It's
really
great.
good.
Yeah. Now the movies and the books are very, very close, but from 4 on, it's kind of where you get the split from the books and the movies.
Yeah,
and then at 7, it really comes back hard. Like 7 book and 7 movie, parts 1 and 2, of course.
Okay,
very, very close.
Very, very close.
But that's because they split it into 2 3-hour movies. So
that was the first series that did that too. That split the finale in 2. Good choice. Yeah. It's my boy Dragon Buddy. Get there, man.
Yeah.
He's a Potterhead too. Yeah, we're Dragon Buddy. If you're not on, look, we're not going to have anyone in chat because everyone's going to be on the live next time. And that's fine. I don't even care. I don't even care. But
it's 7. You got to have everybody. It's the grand finale.
It is.
I would like to point out mad props, huge, iconic props to Dame Maggie Smith, who filmed this entire movie and part of 7 while fighting cancer and going through chemotherapy treatment, wearing a wig and painting on eyebrows and false eyelashes.
Maggie Smith is just great no matter what.
Iconic.
I mean, she is
so far up here
and you would never know. I
didn't
know until after, I think both movies, like all the movies had wrapped, that she had cancer through those movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. I thought she looked older.
The consummate pro.
Yeah. I thought she looked older. Like you could tell her face was a little sunken in and worn, but these were mad times,
movies.
You know.
Yeah.
These were mad times. So I thought it was just the makeup, but no, she fought the hell out of cancer and won. Yeah. While still filming these movies.
She beat cancer like Harry beat Voldemort.
Yeah.
Voice.
Not every Slytherin is a fan of Not every Slytherin is a fan of Voldemort, as explained in this film.
That's true.
That's
true.
That's true. He
Slughorn's
had an
scared
awful
of him,
hold
over wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
I mean, he was scared of Tom as a child.
Yeah.
He really was.
Oh, you mean, this is all hypothetical, of course.
Hypothetical, right?
Yeah. Really academic.
Yeah.
Of course, sir.
Of course.
And those scenes were done. Those are pretty much by the book as well. I love those scenes. They're great. What I don't like. Okay, so I'm going to get into this.
Let's talk about what we don't like.
So Tom Riddle looks like a little plebe in this movie. Okay. It looks like the guy that got pushed up against the locker and beat up. While in Chamber of Secrets, he looked a lot more like the guy who was running the show. Okay. I don't get off on looks, but
okay. Well, he grew into that part. He grew into that because we don't get a clear definition of where we are in Riddle's timeline when we see him in these flashbacks in Half-Blood Prince. We have no so we don't see
I don't know
that transition.
The books do, I think, give a little clarity on that. It's definitely after his owls. So I think it's 6 or 7. I mean, I think it's his last year at Hogwarts, if I'm not mistaken. Per the books. But I'm not clear on that. I
think you're right.
I think so. It might not be true, but
even as a child, Dumbledore he's like, I can do this and I can do that and I could do this. And he's like, and I can talk to snakes. They talk to me. They seek me out. They whisper to me.
Yeah, that's what he's like. Ooh.
Dumbledore's like, what?
Oh no, we got one of them.
Snakes.
I wonder what house you're gonna be in.
I can speak to snakes. They find me. Is that normal for someone?
Yeah. Now,
like me?
I will say the actor did an excellent job.
Now,
because his lines were so cold. They were so cold.
I want to just ask, if you're Dumbledore, no matter how gifted this boy is, when you hear that, are you like, do I really want to bring him back?
Yeah, right? Like, did you see the look on his face? Like, what?
But I'll tell you what, though, that honestly might go to the discredit of Dumbledore. Like, come on, like he sees. So, and of course, we'll find this out in the next book, and that's okay. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're a Harry Potter fan, anyways. It's not your first time
because we know that Dumbledore is not the greatest wizard as everyone says he is, because he basically contributed, if not directly created, the greatest dark wizard of all.
Okay, so not the greatest. Well, you're saying not the greatest wizard is in terms of morality, right? Because as far as skill, he's up there. I mean,
he's up there.
Maybe number 1, definitely at least number 2. I mean,
2.
But
I disagree. I think Dumbledore is the greatest wizard of all time, the greatest good wizard of all time, because we all know about Voldemort. But
is he good though?
What I think is, he always thought that he could save Tom Riddle. He always thought that somewhere along the line, he's going to get through to him. He's going to save him, and didn't see Tom as soulless as he was. Right?
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
But
and then because of his mistake, he had to keep going back and trying to fix this and going back and trying to fix that. And then, he made those mistakes because he kept trying to backtrack and fix it along the way. But when it came down to it, after hearing the prophecy, when Harry was born, he knew that there is only one thing that's going to kill Voldemort. So there was no choice but to secretly raise Harry for the slaughter.
Yeah.
But wouldn't after 7 years of basically raising this boy, would you not see the seeds?
Well, I'm sure he saw it in the end.
Well, but still, 7 years. Remember, Tom didn't have a home to go back to.
Right.
He lived at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
He lived at Hogwarts year round. So he spent a lot of time.
He did in the movies. He didn't in the books. He did go back to the orphanage in the books.
Oh, okay. Well,
but in the movies,
in the films, he's there all the time.
Right.
So you mean to tell me that if you're in daily contact with this student, you're not going to see the seeds?
Yeah.
Well, we know what an evil, really great, charming liar he was. Yeah. So he could have been blinded.
So a boy of 12 could outwit a man over 100.
So I'll speak to this. Because I've taught kids before. I've taught.
Likewise,
I'm a teacher. Yeah. Okay.
Likewise.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
I've taught children before, and I've had those kids. I teach music, so I've had those kids who don't quite. They were spoiled kids. Okay, I'm gonna say
no.
Yeah, they were. They were. I've taught non-spoiled kids, but I did teach in an establishment. So yeah, they were spoiled. But these kids, man, there were some of them who just they didn't want to be there. They didn't want to be doing this or that. They just want to be this. You know, they want to say, "Oh man, I'm playing guitar," or "Oh, I'm playing keyboard," or "Oh, I'm doing this." And you'd have to, and I always wanted to believe that they really wanted to learn. Mm-hmm. They really wanted to be a musician, but no, they just wanted to be cool, or they wanted to say, go back and say, "Oh, I played in this rock band," or "I did this or that." So I get Dumbledore's.
You're adorable.
I know, but I understand Dumbledore's need to give this kid what he needs to rehabilitate him, because I've had kids that I've started off with that were kind of not in the right headspace, but we did get there. I've had those kids.
Okay.
But
that's
when you have those kids, but unfortunately, when I have those successes, when I have those kids that I've brought
think you can do it to
point A,
it means you think you can do it to everybody.
That's right.
And that's your first mistake. And that's your first mistake.
But Dumbledore fell into it too, man. I get it. I understand.
So I would like to go to a different character, one we all know, and one we all know and love, especially, and we got to love a little more, especially in the last film, and that is the late great Alan Rickman, Professor Snape.
Yeah, let's talk about Snape. Let's talk about Snape.
Okay.
A true Slytherin / Gryffindor. But, okay.
He's a Slytherin. He's
the only Slytherin I ever loved.
He's brave. He's so brave.
He's brave because he had no choice. He was either side was going to have him killed. So of course he played
Gryffindor.
double agent. He's more coward. He's more coward initially, and
I would honestly agree with you. And
a certain Nella Strange calls him out on it.
Oh yeah,
rightfully so.
And I'll tell you, Bellatrix is a true Slytherin through, baby.
And I love every scene she is in. Helena Bonham Carter is just pure evil, and I am here for it. She is a goddess.
She's a queen bee.
she is amazing. I love watching her work, man.
And especially
she is so evil.
And especially that scene, how she goats him.
They're just empty words.
Just empty words. Yeah. He'll play the part, but then he'll crawl back into his cave.
Mm-hmm. But I want to tell you what, she honestly saw through Snape.
Nobody else. She had him pegged.
Oh yeah.
She is the only one on both sides that knew that he was a good guy.
Yeah.
She held to it, but couldn't do anything because of the position she was in. I mean,
and you get to see. Okay, and now here's something else in that JK does. The humanity of Narcissa the Malfoy.
Yeah.
She realizes the predicament she's in.
She does.
Her husband has been shamed. His name is done. I mean,
it's a weenie.
But
yeah.
But their name amongst the magical community is tarnished. Completely tarnished.
Yep.
And so Voldemort offers a way to regain some stature.
Yeah.
Draco, do this. If not, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And Narcissa is all of a sudden becomes a mom.
She's a mom. She's a mom.
She becomes a mom at that point. Because Luna girl, I know you. You would do the exact same thing.
I would do the exact same thing. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Snape, watch my boy or to watch my kid and just protect him. protect him.
Yeah.
Because you're the only one there.
Absolutely.
And for some reason, Voldemort still trusts Snape because as we learned in the previous film, Snape has this great skill that he can block his mind, and the power he exudes because he is in that state 24/7.
Yeah,
that's right.
No one can see into his mind. He has practiced that occlumency skill to the point to where his mind is impervious, and only Harry through the protection spell got a
glimpse. That's right. And that was totally because he was attacking Harry and was vulnerable. He was vulnerable because he was attacking another mind.
Right.
But he doesn't do that. He doesn't attack other minds on normal. He's a defense.
Right.
I don't even think Dumbledore really truly knew where Snape lied. I think he knew as a theoretical, I know you, Snape, but he couldn't see into his mind.
But he didn't know.
He would have to trust Snape to entrust him with what we found out what we found out later on. Yeah. Because now in this film, Snape is put into the position he's always wanted, the defense against the dark arts. This was the post he's always wanted, and we have a new potions master, also a Slytherin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, and again, we won't know this until book 7, movie 7, but Dumbledore knew that Draco Malfoy had to kill him this year.
He knew
and that is why he told Snape, you're going to have to do it. You have to. You promised, but we didn't know what any of that meant until down the road.
Because Dumbledore, again, spending all this time with these kids, knows that Draco is pretty much all talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it, he doesn't have the guts to do it.
Yeah.
But he knows Snape does.
And at the same time, he has to do that to prove his allegiance to Voldemort and still be able to protect Harry.
Right.
Until the time comes. And Snape's the only one who knows.
Snape
in
is
the
so
whole
brave.
World.
Snape is so brave.
Yeah.
Which makes that scene when when he gets completely goaded into making the unbreakable bond. That's something he doesn't want to do.
He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't. But at the same time, he knows it's going to work out because he's already had that conversation with Dumbledore that I'll have to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he already knows at that point.
But again, do you really want to put yourself on that line?
Because
he doesn't. He doesn't want to do it.
He doesn't.
He knows it's going to work out.
But he has to, because let's not forget the theme throughout the whole 7 years here is because of love. Harry aside, Dumbledore aside, he's not doing it for Dumbledore. He's not doing it because he loves Harry. He's doing it because he loved Lily. Which is his whole entire life. He lived his life for Lily.
Which is weird because had he not fallen in love with Harry Potter's mom, he would have gone right along with magic superiority.
He would have. I agree. I agree. And that is and that's part of the theme of this entire series is that love conquers all. And Snape is part of that. Snape is part of that. You can't deny it.
I'm not. That's a lovely sentiment.
It is, but they do it in a way that it isn't out of characteristic. It's not overly done. It's not like, oh my God, we have the power of friendship. We can do anything. No, it gets dark. People die. I mean, Remus Lupin, at the end, Remus Lupin dies. I mean, Teddy Lupin's both of his parents are dead at the end of this movie. Half of the twins, Fred dies. Oh my God, there's so much loss. So it's not overly done,
Well, Lavender dies too, which is fine. She's annoying.
Well, Lavender,
which
she was a twit.
Wait. This is the Ron gets a girlfriend film too, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh,
this is the Ron gets a girlfriend.
Am I one? I want to shoot her in the face every time.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so annoying.
Yes.
It's so annoying.
Ah!
That's what I hate those parts. I hate reading. I hate watching.
Yeah.
Because we have all known either a friend or
wake up, bot.
Because we have all had a friend who has dated that girl or know someone who has been that girl.
Wait, guys. Hey, hot girls are waiting here. I want you to know. Who's got a wrench? Can we block this person?
I'm wrenching it right now.
Let's get out of here.
There
are no hot girls here.
Okay, they're gone.
That's my 1-1.
Double duty.
Bye, hot girls. Lavender was hot.
Okay. So
Hi, Lavender.
Avada Kedavra.
Bye.
You Gryffindors did a killing curse? Wow.
I mean, every once in a while, Harry tried it. Harry tried it.
No, he tried.
No, he tried Cruciatus curse.
Very good. The torture curse.
He tried, but he was too scared to use it.
Now he does. I don't think it makes it into the movie, but he does successfully use it in the 7th book.
He does.
And he learns something new here. So let's talk about Professor Slughorn as we get introduced.
Bumbling Professor Slughorn.
He so much development in the little he's in the 7th book. He's in the 7th, but not a lot.
No,
this is his main foray, and he gets a ton of development.
Yes,
and I love it. I love his character.
Yeah.
Okay, so Slughorn to me is take away the evil. This is what a Slytherin is. They are a glory hound. They're a glory hound. He loves that I taught this student who is now this person. I taught this student who is now this person. Ambition, which is why he's so enamored. Which is why Dumbledore brings Harry initially to go
collects students.
Well,
the popular ones.
But he brings Harry as bait because Dumbledore knows how Slughorn thinks. Oh, you brought Harry Potter here? Oh my, hello. Which by the end of as we go further on, do we all know who becomes Slughorn's favorite student of all time?
Hermione.
Ginny Weasley.
Very good.
I did not know this.
Ginny, the Weasley is his favorite student of all time.
He loves Ginny Weasley.
I have to reread the book.
You can tell. Well,
20 years.
So everybody that Slughorn collects.
Yeah, the Slug Club.
Harry, Slug Club. That's right. So Harry gets in because he's
his name.
Hermione comes in because of her great academics.
Ginny
comes in. She comes in because she performed an amazing curse in front of him.
Right.
That was it. He sees her worth in one instance and said, "Nah, you're one of mine," and brings her in.
Yeah.
And he loved.
There was also Blaze from Slytherin, and I believe the twins from Slytherin too. He brings.
That's correct. And I don't know if they're in the book, but that's definitely in the movie. I will say, Joker voice, the one person that either trumps or is equal to Ginny is Lily Potter.
Yeah.
And we get that during the Hagrid and Slughorn scene.
Yes, that is such a beautiful scene.
It is a beautiful scene.
Yeah.
But
the lily petal and the fish.
But I will say that Ginny and Lily are very close in character. Very similar. Which makes sense. James falls for Lily, Harry falls for Ginny. They're both redheads. They're both very
Hollywood, stop the ginger side.
Hey man, it's okay. Let them have their day.
Stop the ginger side. Ginger side is a real thing. Stop recasting redheads.
We do. Okay.
Redheads are awesome.
I'm going to step outside the Harry Potter fandom and cross the fandoms for just a second. We do need one more redhead, and that would be for Doctor Who. Because he's always wanted to be a redhead. We need a redhead in Doctor Who one of these days.
And I have the perfect casting for that.
Yeah?
Who is it? Is it going to be?
Rupert Grint.
I agree with you.
I think he would be great.
I agree with you. I
think so
wanted
too.
him to be the Doctor when
he'd be great.
they casted Jodie.
I think you would too.
I'm like, I really want a Rupert.
Because he wants to be a ginger.
Yes.
And I will say for the DC universe going forward, James Gunn, if you're listening, Karen Gillan for Poison Ivy.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna make a confession here. I think it would be funny if the Doctor regenerates into Karen Gillan at some point. It looks like her. Wouldn't that? I don't know. I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be a good twist.
We have already seen her as a random, as a companion. Do we really need to see her as a Doctor?
I mean, we already saw
Capaldi.
Peter Capaldi is all those. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it.
As a random.
But he wasn't
He's a rando.
He was a random. He was not a companion.
Yeah.
But I think it would be hilarious. And I think it suits the Doctor Who.
Just for maybe an episode special or something, you know?
Well, I'll tell you what, though. This does fit because we're talking about British media here. I mean, Harry Potter is British media.
Thank you.
It does make sense. If you look, a lot of the people that you see in these movies are a lot of the people who were in Doctor Who because
and Game of Thrones too.
Because Great Britain's just a little teeny tiny country.
They're little teeny tiny. They're all real close knit, like those voice actors we were talking about earlier.
Okay, so let's see. So what's another major plot? Okay, so the one thing I did not like about this film is the Ron has a girlfriend trope.
Yeah,
it was so cliche.
I understand why it happened,
but it was
I
necessary.
Right,
it was necessary. I hate it.
It was necessary for the eventual him and Hermione, blah 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 blah. But could you make someone less insufferable?
Okay, so
she had to have been insufferable, though. It had to be that way because we wanted Ron to be with Hermione because that's how it was supposed to be.
I didn't.
Well, I'm sorry.
So I've got a question.
I did.
I've got a question here for both of you, and I can already see that there's division, and that's okay. But J.K. Rowling, I believe, has come forth and said that she thinks that she put Harry with the wrong person and Ron with the wrong person. She thinks that Harry and Hermione should have been together. Mm-hmm. That's what she thinks. Now, after writing the books, it's not canon, but that's what she thinks after writing all this stuff. Luna Girl, what do you think about that? Do you think that's valid or no?
I think it could have been written that way, but I'm glad that it didn't.
It would have been predictable, I guess, that the main, because Hermione is the leading lady through all of these movies, through all the books. She's the leading lady.
Yeah. And she's one of the guys. And I grew up one of the guys. And I enjoy having guy friends that are not my boyfriend, that are not my husband, you know? Like, I was.
It could have been Ron. Ron could have just been her guy friend.
Yeah, but opposites attract, you know? Like, they're total opposites. They needed each other.
Okay. Here is my take.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about Ron is, and this is why you needed Ron, because if you put Harry and Hermione together, there is no need for Ron.
Yeah.
That's true. That is
storytelling wise. I would have loved to have seen. This is just a hot take.
Give it to us. I want to hear it. I don't even know what's going to come out of your mouth right now.
Put Ron with Pansy Parkinson.
Oh, a Slytherin?
Yes.
I love it. What does that do for the overall story, Joker Voice?
Nothing, but it just adds a little drama to where, hey, Ron, we want to tell you this, but at least for one film, Ron, we'd like to include you in our conversations, but you're sleeping with the enemy kind of over there. You know what I'm saying?
He is a pureblood. I mean, he is a pureblood. He's a blood trader, but he's a pureblood.
In the book, though, that's who Draco eventually married.
No,
isn't. No, he marries Astrid.
Oh, duh.
That's
okay,
right.
I thought.
No.
Never mind.
No.
Sorry.
No. Pansy has a crush on Draco.
Yes.
Oh, fully.
Always.
He's the big bad. He's the leader.
Well, he's the leader. He's the
and
big
his
name.
Daddy was in with
name.
Voldemort, you know.
Right.
His
daddy's Death Eater.
I mean, yeah, it's all about who. It's all about who.
Yeah.
Who's who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have shaken it up, Joker Voice. I don't know, man. I think I would like that. I think it'd be crazy.
And she was hot too, so I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll give you my take. Take on it. I'm split. I hate to say it like that. I'm split. I like the dynamics that come out of Hermione and Ron being together. And Harry's kind of the third wheel, especially when we get into this next book. We find out that Harry's kind of the third wheel. Now, I don't like that when Ron's absent, that Harry and Hermione are not, they don't connect. They don't have anything in common. That's not very true because they have a lot of moments when Ron's not even there that they're
best friends, right? Because
they are.
Yeah, they're best friends. They're brother and sister.
That's one thing that I don't care for in the 7th book because they make it seem like when Ron's not there, they don't connect. But in the last 6, that's not true because there are many, many times where Harry and Hermione are on one side and Harry and Ron are on the other side. They're at odds a lot, especially in the books.
I mean,
they are at odds.
I mean, during Goblet, they're completely split.
Yeah. And Harry and Hermione have a chemistry there that even, of course, Rita Skeeter picks up on. She writes about it, and
it's true.
But at the same time, there is that spark there. They act like it isn't there at the end of the series, but it's there.
To say that there is not an attraction, and it doesn't have to be a romantic attraction, but there's an attraction there.
There is.
Yeah.
And again, I just hated Lavender. I hated her. I am glad.
I hated her too.
I'm glad that she got killed. So
I don't think she dies in the books. I don't know if she does. Actually dies. Does she?
Well, in the film.
No, the werewolf gets her. I don't know if he kills her though.
Did you see the look in her eyes? She's dead.
She looks really bad.
She did.
I think in the book she did die. I think in the book she did die. But I'm going to have to reread that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, good.
It's been 20 years.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm glad she's dead.
I kind of am too.
But at the same time, I understand why Harry and Ron could have been a thing. It's widely known. No, did I say Harry and Ron?
Yeah, you did. That takes it to a whole level.
Hey, it's 2022. It could have happened.
Well, I mean, me and Diedrich have been known to be very friendly. Anyway, never mind. But Harry and Hermione. Bye, Joker voice. He's gone. Harry and Hermione. Yes, I get that. But what was on my mind though was that J.K. Rowling actually considered killing Ron in Order of the Phoenix.
Oh,
widely known. Had she killed Ron, Harry and Hermione would have got together.
Yes. If that would have happened, I could totally see that happening.
Yeah. I would have been mad at that.
Would you? Would you have been?
Yeah.
Because they didn't really, they had like in the movies, yes, they had that kind of chemistry, but those movies were made by the time that in the 4th book, they were kind of macking on each other a little bit.
Because Ron fulfills a role that is crucial in the hero's journey. He is that kind of the bumbling as Fred.
Comic relief.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He is that, but he is, he's definitely not on the same skill level as Harry. Not even close.
Yeah.
He's not on the same skill level as Hermione.
Yeah.
Not even close. But in this film, when Seamus is talking smack to Harry and Ron comes in and Seamus is like, "Do you believe everything that he says?" And Ron's like, "Yeah, I do."
Got a problem
He's
with
my best
that.
friend.
Yeah.
Got a problem with that?
Needed.
Does anybody have a problem now with Harry?
Yeah.
Harry needs that. So
He does.
Ron fulfills that role. So to kill him off, I would have been very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would have definitely been written differently. There would have been some major plot lines that had to change.
Plot holes.
Plot holes. Yeah. I mean, well, they couldn't be plot holes at the time because they hadn't been written yet. Jeffrey Boyce could have written around.
Or J.J. Abrams, mystery box. There's a plot thread. If we get to it, we'll get to it.
You could say that J.K. had the foresight to fiddle with the idea and then say, no, it would be better to do this.
Right.
That just is a credit to her skill
because she had the ending and the beginning all ready to go, and she doesn't do the J.J. Abrams thing where, oh, there's this plot thread. Oh, there's this plot thread.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it.
No,
If we get back to this question, okay, we'll get to it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be left hanging out here.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
she did not do that.
Freaking hack.
Yeah. Hagrid lost his best friend. That was a tiny little thing, but that was really sad for me.
It was. It was one of my favorite.
And I hated that thing. Like I have, like, everybody who knows me knows my extreme fear of spiders.
Oh, so basically the scene in movie 2 just
terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
All the spiders just you're like,
I fast forwarded now that I know.
So
but,
basically, and then
I know
also
what happened.
And then also in movie 8 too. You fast forward.
Oh yeah. I'm not one for spiders. And then even seeing like Aragog all dead and curled up, I'm like, ah!
Yeah.
But it was still sad because of how.
And acromantula venom is incredibly rare. Do you mind if I get a little ample?
Whoops. Chuck.
Thank you. This will not go to waste.
But it showed Hagrid's love for Aragog, and
it shows Hagrid's love for just about everything.
Everything.
Hagrid
he does.
loves
it's not just creatures. He just loves life. He just loves
life. Yeah.
He just loves.
I mean, maybe if he got tangled up in the Whomping Wood, well, he might think otherwise. I'm just saying.
He might, but he knows not to. I mean, he's
right.
I'll tell you what. I'm married. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to get tangled up in the Whomping Willow, if you know what I'm saying. I get it. Don't do it.
So, what did you think? What did you guys think about that final scene? And the okay, we are missing one thing, and that is the arc that Draco has in this entire film.
Yeah.
Draco is completely alone in this entire film.
Yes.
He is isolated, and he is no one wants to really add the minute, especially him. He's terrified. He is terrified.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cries. He doesn't play with the rest of the kids. He's not after girls like the rest of the kids.
No, not like he was. He was like that in other books.
Yeah. And every attempt he's done is half-hearted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he knows if he cannot successfully fix the
if he cannot execute,
can't kill
what?
Dumbledore. He's dead in the
Fox,
water.
what's
His
the
entire
box?
family's name, everything relies on him.
The vanishing cabinet.
The vanishing. If he cannot fix that vanishing cabinet by the end of the year, when he only has a couple of hours at night in between his studies and sleep, he's gonna die. He's going to die, and
not
he
only
knows
him, his dad, his mom. The weight of the world is on his shoulders.
Yeah,
right, and
he is terrified.
And because at the start of the film, before the school year even starts,
yeah.
Oh, don't touch my arm. It's in the book too. Same thing. Like they're very mysterious about, does he have a dark mark or does he not? You know, they're very mysterious about that.
And whenever he's not at school, he has his aunt whispering,
do it, Draco.
And you can see in the movie, the entire film, he is so pale. Like he's pale anyway, but he's
more than normal,
extremely pale.
Right.
Very
he played the role very well.
I mean, he's stressed out. You can tell this kid is like on his wit's end all the
Tom
time.
Felton played this role so well.
And
so well.
And that scene where Harry enacts that spell that he learns. And
Septum Sempra.
Right.
Yeah.
Where at first Draco goes into the washroom, he's splashing water in his face, and he is ready to lose it. He is absolutely because he's almost been outed, and he's
on the breaking point.
He is. And then he's like, "Damn it!" And they start going, and then the second Semper hits. Snape is right there, saying, "Harry, get the F out."
Yeah,
and Draco.
I'm working here, man.
And Draco is even more terrified.
Yeah,
he is scared out of his mind this entire film.
Yeah, because I mean, if Harry Potter can kill you in the bathroom, what can Dumbledore do to you? I mean, come on, man.
Right. And even then, when it finally comes down to it, and the vanishing cabinet opens, and the smoke comes out, and you see the goddess walk out first,
and there she is,
and then
just like walking along,
and Dumbledore is so calm. Throughout the entire thing,
because he knows he's
got it all planned out. Even after his death, he has it planned out.
Right, and
he's got a bit of pride too. Well, a little Slytherin in there.
Draco, forgive me, but I can hardly think that your heart was ever really in these.
Really into this.
But let me assist you. Expelliarmus.
Yeah, and he's just crying like he's gonna kill me. Like
I have to do this. I have to. I don't want to. I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
I have no choice.
Yeah.
And then, what do we have here? Introduction. Good evening. Good evening, Tricks. And even then, these guys hate each other, but there's still a level of formality. Respect. I love to Albus, but we're on a bit of a tight schedule.
Yeah. And then Snape comes up, and he's like, Severus,
please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing, that whole scene, even at that point, is between those two. The other Death Eaters didn't even matter. It's like,
no,
we talked about this. Come on.
Right. Oh, and the thing about Miss Lestrange, she is so great at goading people into doing what because we're forgetting during break at the Weasleys when she shows up and she's causing a ruckus. I killed Sirius Black.
So
coming to get me. Coming to get me.
That is a great scene. That is one of my favorite scenes in the 6th movie. But Joker voice, that does not happen at all in the book. That's not even in there. That doesn't happen.
Should have been.
And I agree.
It was a great scene, though.
That is one of the things. There are times that I think that the book, and some things the movie does better, some things the book does better. That scene is fantastic. I love that scene. And even on the surface, it just seems like, oh, they're just being antagonized. And no, they're dogging these people because Voldemort's in control at this point.
Right.
Like he's really got his hand on everything.
Another great character moment, even though she doesn't say a word. Harry, you understand. He's like, you killed my godfather. I'm on a level that's pretty high. I think I can take you. So here I go. Who is right behind him? Ginny.
Yeah.
And Molly is like freaking out.
That is the best scenes. Those are the best scenes for Ginny in the entire series.
Oh yeah.
Period.
Totally.
Joker voice. Read the books. You'll get a lot of good Ginny. Ginny is done dirty in the movies. She's done dirty.
I think her character did not fully come into play until movie 5.
Yeah, and then it slacks off again until one point movie 6, and then maybe 2 points when she kisses Harry, and then when she follows him into the unknown with him in that scene we were just talking about, and then in 7 she doesn't really do anything. The books are a lot better for Ginny.
Yeah.
Listen to him.
Maybe.
Do it. You'll
like
it.
Like I follow the rules. Come on now. You think you're gonna?
I know. But look at it as a.
I just think you'll. I think you will enjoy it. That's the thing.
You will enjoy it.
If I didn't think you would enjoy it, I would not recommend it. I think you will enjoy it.
Okay.
You will enjoy it.
Now, I will say this. I think one of the most beautiful scenes in not just this series, but I think in probably every film I've seen, you've got Dumbledore, you've got the Dumbledore, and Madame Pomfrey starts off with a wand. And then you see the dark mark, and then you see the dark mark over Hogwarts with all that light. It is well played.
Still tear. You know, I've read the book. I've watched this movie.
Time
and time.
Cinematically,
I still teared up today. I still tear up to this day. Still do. Just it's so emotional. And let's not forget the great Sir John Williams with music. The music is so emotional in
the music, the sights, the sounds. You have sobbing, you have the light, you have everyone raising their wand up in respect. That wasn't in the book.
Even Slytherins their wand.
They were all together, you know, and getting rid of that dark mark as Harry is just like
done. And this is what
crumpled
and
he's been spit. He just went to a cave where he almost lost his life to get a fake Horcrux. He doesn't know that yet. But at the same time, I mean, he's been through a lot.
And this is why this scene right there, because there's no dialogue.
No,
but it's
not
just
at all.
Music, setting, shots,
interaction between characters.
This is why this is part of why this film is the best of the entire series. And then right behind that, like right before that, when it's finally revealed, Sectum's whap.
Yeah.
You dare use my own spell against me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, because I read the book after I saw the movie, so I was like,
really?
and it's just like, and again, just the way that shot is framed.
Yeah,
I mean, he's standing, just big, and there's like a slow-mo on his cloak, and it's just so well done. And then you've got because Snape is in control of the entire thing, and Trix is just going chaos mode.
Yeah, she's lighting Hagrid's house on fire.
Right. Yeah. And she wants to kill Harry, and she's like, no.
Yeah.
He belongs to the Dark
He
Lord.
belongs to Dark Lord.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so she backs away because Snape knows if she's still around, she'll kill him. She will kill him. She doesn't care.
And he uses his status. Bellatrix knows that he is pretty much second to the Dark Lord.
Yeah.
With the right-hand man at this point.
Right.
She has to listen to him.
And so he is actually protecting Harry.
He is. 100%.
Yeah.
Even though Harry doesn't think so, obviously.
No.
We won't know this until like there's a half an hour left of the movie.
Or about 100 pages left of the book.
100 pages left of the book. And then you're like,
how
Snape.
How many of you thought the very last image when Ron is, off on Ron's sitting by himself and Hermione and Harry are talking on the observation tower, and you see Fox. Are you like
with that one last little
cry?
Yeah.
Are you like?
I cried again.
How many of you thought maybe Dumbledore isn't dead?
No, I knew he was.
Even
dead.
reading the book, there were a ton of people, and I was included, because I read the book before the 7th one came out. And I was like, is he dead? Is Dumbledore not dead? Is he alive? Even
because of Fox.
Even not even Fox. Read the funeral. There's a funeral for Dumbledore in the book. In the 6th book, there's a funeral for Dumbledore, and you're like, did he really die? We don't know. It's always left ambiguous. It's left ambiguous. And obviously, by the time it all wraps, we know Dumbledore died. He did.
Yeah.
But for the 1.5 2 years between books 6 and 7, everyone was like, no, he didn't die. He's going to show up. And there's points in the book, in the movie, that you're like, Dumbledore is still here. He's orchestrating this. He's doing that. And he's doing that. No, it's really Severus Snape. I mean, it's
really Snape.
It's his will, but it's not Dumbledore. He had it all planned out. He was very brave, Joker voice.
And very,
I will say,
cunning
that Snape was
resourceful.
very brave.
And cunning. And
always.
It was even said that maybe we sort a little too early. It was said. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
it's still my favorite movie, favorite book.
By far the best film of all of them.
It was a fantastic book. It was a great movie. I still like the movie. I think my weakest movie is 5 still. Oh my God.
Order?
That's your worst?
Yeah.
Order?
And I think that's, but
Order,
at the same time, I'm comparing it to the book.
Order is like my second favorite film.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, it's got a whole bunch of Slytherins throwing torture on all the Gryffindors.
That is true.
So.
That is
There's
true.
that. Well, then there was that, but there's also okay. The reason why I liked Order the most is in that very last part where the time has stopped.
Yeah.
And Harry's and Dumbledore's talking to Harry, and Voldemort is in his mind, and he's contorting, and he's contorting and turning.
Yeah.
And then what ultimately brings Harry back is seeing the true foundation of his strength, his power, his friends. He sees
love.
Hermione. He sees
Hermione.
He sees
it's a great
Ron.
sentiment.
He sees
it's a great
Jenny.
sentiment.
He sees Neville. He sees Luna. That's Harry's core strength.
Yeah.
But what about the rest of the movie? It was not that great. And the book was a little bit better. And that was my favorite book for a long time.
Okay, well, Voldemort in movie 5 is a huge flex. He is flexing like crazy, and I was all about it because that entire magic duel with him and Dumbledore, he has Dumbledore on his heels.
On the ropes. He's got him on the ropes. Yeah, I agree. And I think my biggest thing about the 5th movie, I don't like the characterization of Harry Potter, but I understand it.
It made sense though.
No,
but
I
it made
get
sense
it.
though.
I was 15 one time.
Yeah.
I get it.
Angry.
Harry was all about like
Angry kid.
my life sucks, everything sucks, win. And I get it.
I get it, but I don't
get it. But
which
it's annoying month after month after month.
Which, by the way, just to tap into that, there's a music festival coming here in May in the Vegas, just to tap into all that teen angsty stuff. It's called the Sick New World. Little girl, you and DB should hear the lineup of this.
Is that the one with like Korn and Seven Dust and like every band that we ever loved ever?
System of a Down. Korn,
yes.
Deftones, yes. Cradle of Filth.
Yes.
Spirit Box. The Birthday Massacre. Lacuna Coil.
Yes.
I love Lacuna Coil.
Yeah, right? I counted them. I'm like, DB and I already saw 13 of these bands, and there's another 10 that I want to see.
Well, then, Blake, I suggest you listen to Spirit Box.
I know Spirit Box. Yeah.
We all listen to the same stuff, don't we?
I'm a music aficionado.
Connoisseur.
I sample a lot of different genres and outlooks, and I love music. Love it.
So so this film.
Anyways, bring it back.
So this film is by far the best, and it's just for the reasons that I said. This is the Empire Strikes Back of this entire franchise. This is the Infinity War. The bad guys have won.
Yeah.
Voldemort has won a very decisive victory. And our heroes are at their lowest point.
Yeah. They're left with nothing, almost.
So what did they do from here? And that is left to 7 and 8, the 7th and 8th film, which we'll talk about in 2 weeks.
7th book.
Yay!
Yeah, and
which hopefully we will have some Ravenclaw and maybe a Puff.
Maybe a Puff here or there. That's right. I will say that at the end of this book, like you said, Joker Voice, there's the bad guys have won. There's almost no hope. We have the murmurings of Dumbledore in Harry's ear. Harry has a plan-ish. He doesn't really have a plan. He knows that there are 7 Horcruxes. One of them has been destroyed. He's killed 2.
They've killed 2.
They've killed 2. He knows he killed one, and Dumbledore killed the ring.
Right. The ring in the
Diary's gone, and the ring's gone. So there's 6 left, ish.
Yeah.
And
which
they're going to take them out, but still, it's so broad.
Which again, at the end of the film, because Harry's like, I'm not coming back next year. This is on me now. Blah blah blah. And
this could take years. This could take a lifetime.
And Hermione is like,
"You're such an idiot."
I know. She says, "I've always admired your bravery, but you're really thick.
Yeah.
Do you really think you're going to do this alone?" She has said, and again, this is the core of Harry's strength. Hermione and Ron are like, "I got you. I got your back."
Yeah.
So I'm going to say this, and you're going to hate this Joker Voice because you're a Slytherin. But I think that the best qualities that everyone in his friend group has is Harry, who is brave. He's the true Gryffindor. He's brave. Hermione's a Ravenclaw. She is smart. She's wise. Ron is loyal to a fault.
He is a Puff. He's a Puff.
He is a Puff. Every one of them kind of have a different house. Like you said, Harry could have been a Slytherin, but is a Gryffindor. Hermione could have been a Ravenclaw, but is a Gryffindor. Ron could have been a Hufflepuff, but is a Gryffindor. But their strength all together is what wins the day.
It's because of Harry's his cunning, his resourcefulness, his ability to think on the fly.
It's part of it. That's part of it.
Right.
But his bravery drives all of that.
Now,
and that's why he's a Gryffindor.
Now, a lot of folks think that the character traits of the My House are a bad thing, and ambition is not bad thing.
It's not bad.
It's not a bad thing. Being proud, not a bad thing, and being resourceful, not a bad thing. These are just the dominant traits that we see in each house, and some just take it to a level.
Right.
Because you could say that Miss Lestrange has the loyalty of a puff to
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Then again, she wanted to be Voldemort's homegirl.
She wanted to be his wife.
Yeah.
She wanted to bow chicka wow with him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's powerful, and from what I've heard in the books, before she before she took this, she was extremely beautiful, and this kind of warped her.
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
The evil kind of
part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made her a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, well, that was never in question.
I mean, she did do time in Azkaban.
And I'm just gonna say, in movie 7, my favorite scene is when they're all apparating away, and it goes in slow-mo, and she throws that one knife, and just the way she looks, and that smile at the end, because she knows she got one. Harry Potter, I'm free elf here with
Here lies
my
a free
friends.
elf.
We're gonna talk about that next time. That's the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh man, even in the book, even when I read the book, I bawled my eyes out. A book made me bawl like a baby.
Shocking. I love you, Ellie. I mean, most of your, the most of your network doesn't like me, but I like you, Ellie.
I like you too, JV.
Well, dang, Joker, I let you on my show, man. I like you too.
Blake,
he's got a point there.
And Blake, I have been on your show more than anyone else, so I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, hey, I'll have you on more. I love the dissenting opinion. I love it. I do.
Oh,
I like having that.
I have plenty of that.
I know you do. I know.
Of it.
I think that
wrapping up here.
Does it, right?
Yeah, I mean, final thoughts. Let's do final thoughts here. What are the final takeaways for the Half-Blood Prince? Let's start with you, Joker voice. What do you have?
I left this film so satisfied. Again, because as I've said numerous times, of the place it is in the story, but I was like, this made me really excited to see what comes next, which is what a franchise should do. And I'm like, oh, how does this turn out? And then when I heard that the final book was turned into two films, I was a little, but I was like, okay,
but you get more.
Yeah, but you know, I'm just saying. But I was so hyped, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta wait till actually the second last film to get it all.
Not if you read the books, Joker. Not if you.
I don't like to read. The reading
audio.
Listen to it.
Audio.
Okay, fine. Whatever. But
I promise you'll enjoy it.
But that's my take. But
Ludo Bagman. He doesn't exist in the movies. Ludo Bagman.
But that's my take. After the film, I was really excited to see what comes next. So,
yeah. It did leave you on that edge, like the finality's here. There's something's got to give. Something's got to.
Here we go.
That's right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Lunar Girl. Final thoughts on the Half-Blood Prince, year 6 movie. Book,
final thoughts. They are just about to grow up. There's only one thing left that is tying him to childhood at this point, and that dies at the beginning of the next book / movie. There's only one left. So it started dark. It ended even darker, Yeah. They're all set to battle now.
Yeah, they are. And I know that we talked about that this book was the darkest. This movie was the darkest. It was really dark.
I will
say that
I would probably
book
say
7 gets really dark.
The ending of movie 7 is like, ooh. It ends in a similar darker place because it's just a continuation of where we left off here.
But it's hopeful. It's hopeful, at least.
Are you joking?
I would say, I think.
Are you joking?
I think, no. With the kids going off to school in a world that's peaceful.
At the end of movie 7, Voldemort has the most powerful. Has the most powerful wand.
I was thinking books. I'm not translating the movies. Yes, that's. Sorry, you're right. So at the end of movie 7,
basically
halfway through book 7,
film 7 is just a continuation of this dark place where the heroes are in the worst possible spot.
Yeah, I agree. And that's where I'm going to say that the middle of book 7, where they're camping and trying to find the Horcruxes and have no leads, nowhere to go, they're just rambling around. That is the worst possible situation for them. And it's the slowest part of the books. And
it is.
And I'm like, oh gosh, it takes forever. I understand why it happens, but I don't like it happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
I get
it. True.
I can't wait in 2 weeks.
True.
Oh boy.
Yeah. 2 weeks, we're going to discuss it. All three of us, and hopefully some other friends as well.
At least one Ravenclaw and a Puff.
A Ravenclaw and a Puff.
At least, and probably another Gryffindor.
Why do you need 3? You've got 2 here already. You don't need 3.
There are 3 really good Gryffindors that are the lead characters of every book.
Whatever.
And we're here. We're here to talk about
whatever. God, this is just more Slytherin. This is more Slytherin hatred.
It's not hatred. I respect the Slytherins. I respect Slytherins.
I respect
the racism. This is the racism against Slytherins. Just because we are the superior house.
What they all
typical Slytherin.
We all love our house, though. We all love our house.
Yeah, but mine's the best, though.
Typical Slytherin.
So we think ours is the best too. Well, Gryffindors won't say it out loud, but we believe it. I mean, it's the truth.
Well, you also think that house elves have rights too. So
no, just
that is so typical of me, isn't it? Everybody has rights.
No,
everybody does.
I believe it though. Oh, let's talk about that next time. So we're ending up on book 6, year 6, Half-Blood Prince. Thank you guys for being on.
My pleasure.
Where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me in a lot of places.
Yeah, that's true.
I know. I'm trying to sort it all out in my head. Tomorrow I'm going to be on the Science Fiction Area with Andrew and Marisha talking about Andor episode 10.
Best episode of the series. Too bad it's 10. It's episode 10, not episode 5 or 4, and there's only 12 episodes in the series. God.
Oh God.
Jeepers cats, man.
It's the episode 6 of Harry Potter for Andor. Okay.
Okay. This is paint dries faster than this series.
Hey, I love the slow build up. I used to have to wait 24
slow.
episodes for a season.
Okay, slow is one thing. Slow is one thing. Dear God, glaciers move faster.
Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, where can we?
But Chris, I have watched every episode up to this point. I have watched every episode because I need to be educated so I can counteract all the shillery that goes on.
I'm also going to be
where
on
else can we find Luna Girl though?
Okay.
Used and Abused on Tuesday with DB. We're going to be talking about the Indiana Jones series. And next Friday, my new podcast, well, it's not so new anymore, with co-host Don Della Snooch. Stranger Things has happened. Please subscribe on YouTube. We are up to 52 subscribers, and we're having a blast. Next week, we're going to be covering season 2, chapter 5. So
you guys have been moving. Oh my gosh.
Yes. So and if you need to reach me, the best place is my home, Sidebar Cantina, on all of the socials, bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina.
Awesome. We appreciate Luna Girl. She does so much for the Red 5 Network.
Kelly,
Kelly,
I love you.
I love you too.
She's almost in every chat, like blue wrenching all the crazy sex talks that come in, like we did earlier. All just the voices that just shouldn't be there. She's there to filter out all the noise, and we appreciate Luna Girl. Joker Voice, where can we find you? I know you're here, there, and everywhere.
Well, if I'm not in a Red 5 chat, annoying row, you can find me on.
You're not at home. You're not at home if you're not there, right?
And then I am on my channel, Joker Voice, here on YouTube. Monday, I will be dropping my review of Wakanda, whatever. That film was terrible. I'll be dropping that.
Can attest.
And I will, and also the Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time, I will be on Legion Talk, where we concluded we did the last 2 episodes of House of the Dragon, an amazing series. Last week, we went back to where it all started, Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 1. This Monday, Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode 2. We're going all the way through the entire series of Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, because if you map it out, after we're done with all that, we're like in about 2 weeks, and then House of the Dragon Season 2 starts. So,
TV, whose pod are you on Monday?
Legion Talk.
Legion Talk. Thanks.
So yeah,
Awesome.
So I'll be doing that, and then Thursday I will be dropping my review of episode 4 of the HBO Max series Titans, which I've liked up to this point. There's some things in the last episode that have me concerned, mostly with magic.
Oh, no.
As I said,
we had a good run.
I'm honest.
I don't like it as a scapegoat either. I get you.
Right.
I do.
So that's my thing. That's just some. I've got some concerns. And then Friday you will see me on Legion Talk again. It is myself, Ryan Legion, the hijabi gamer. We have a bunch of other guests that used to are legacy guests. You would know as JUT from Late Night with Cap, R2 the Icky, and the Maria from after the weekend. Occasionally dreaming Tabitha shows up. So, and we will have
Awesome.
we have other guests that encompass this lovely little YouTube world. So we hear the voices from all over another place. We have had Lead to Talk. We've had Tom Connors from Midnight's Edge. We're working on getting the Mexican Iron Man, Stone Loki, Polly the Latino Slant, who has his own thoughts on Black Panther under forever that are probably more in line with mine. Just saying. So
awesome.
So I am all over another place.
Yeah.
Well, check out Lunar Girl, check out Joker Voice, and check out Dork Wars the podcast. You can always find us at dorkwarspodcast.com, where you can find everywhere that we are. All of our streaming networks. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're on Apple Music, we're on everywhere. If you can get a podcast there, we're there. So check out Dork Wars the podcast. We have a new episode that is releasing on Monday. Our audio episode is the first one we've had in like 2.5, 3 months.
Yes,
we're talking about, and I know I'm excited too, because we've been out of the game for a little bit. We're talking about Andor up till now, so we got a lot to talk about. You'll hear it. It's just me and Grant this week. It's just
you better have a long time,
but it's still
time to talk, because dear God, that thing is a slog fest.
We hit the high points. But next week we will be talking about Tales of the Jedi, because we all
now that's gonna be interesting, because in a couple weeks, and I have heard numerous folks talking about the great storytelling of Andor and how Star Wars is not just about space wizards and laser swords. Well, in a couple of weeks, we get the Nielsen ratings of the week that Tales of the Jedi, and I believe it was episode 6 of Andor it was episode 8 of Andor that dropped. And we'll see.
That's true.
And we'll see which got the higher ratings, because
that's true. But to that before we sign off, you got all of Tales of the Jedi at one time. We've had to build Andor. We got all of Tales of the Jedi. I watched it all on Wednesday. I watched all of it at the same time. I can't do that with Andor.
But still, this will give an apples to apples comparison, because
apples to oranges. We got the whole thing. We don't have all of Andor yet.
You don't
Joker
need
voice.
All of
you got to wait
Andor.
till the end.
No, I don't.
You have to wait till the end.
No, I don't.
Wait till the end.
No, I don't.
Then tell me how you feel.
I can.
But you should.
I can. No, I can.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I know. I know what you're gonna do. I know.
And
but still, at the end, tell me how you feel.
And in the end, Blake.
Andor.
I'll be right.
Andor.
I'll be right.
Maybe. You might be. You might
be right. I will be right.
We'll see.
Because there's an article that just dropped out that proves I was right about Kenobi this entire time.
I don't know. Look, Dragon Buddy, Tales of the Jedi. I would let a kid watch. There's a lot more kids watching that than Andor. That skews the views.
That tells you where the viewing audience is.
I will also agree with that. I can agree with that to a point too.
And all that matters.
We have to come.
All that matters at the end of the day is the size of the audience. If there's no audience,
I thought you were going to say something else.
No, I know what he's going to say, but at the same time, I don't know.
Audience size is all that matters. Audience size is all that matters. From a business standpoint,
Joker. Nope. I like this discussion. No, I'm not going to say no. I don't disagree. I'm not saying I'm disagreeing. I do want to talk about that. No, we're going to have a Dork Wars where we talk about that, because
and
I need to do the research. Let me do the research.
And Blake,
let me do the research.
And Blake,
we'll talk about it.
And you and I also need to do a show, because we discussed this, because right now in the world of Star Wars, we are playing in two time we're playing in 2 timelines here. Ahsoka lives.
We need that too.
And Ahsoka dies.
Oh, we need Ahsoka.
We're gonna look forward to those. But
the
for now,
the Ahsoka series is the only thing that matters. The rest of this stuff is just filler.
I don't know. I'm not going to disagree. I'm not going to disagree at this point. But we're going to have a show. We're going to talk about this.
Okay.
But for now, we have to sign off of Dork Wars because we have no more information to give. We have to sign off. So thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of Dork Wars Live. Tune in 2 weeks for our next live. Tune in this Monday. Check us out on all the streaming networks for our audio podcast. Thank you. And may the Force be with all the Gryffindors and some of the Slytherin.
Thank you for supporting Dork Wars, the podcast. You can check us out on Facebook.com/Dork Wars, the podcast. And if you would like to join in on the discussion or maybe suggest topics for us to discuss, please do so by joining our Discord community or sending us an email at dorkwarspodcast@gmail.com.